Hey, oop, that's right. Hold on. There we go. Anyways, hey guys, welcome back. We're back with another TFT video. It is another Fortune video, except it was not the original game plan when I do go Fortune, 6 Fortune into a top 4 finish. I'm going to tell you now, this was not the original game plan, but I went with it, and generally going, I warn you now, generally going 6 Fortune is going to be the biggest bait of your life every time. But this is one of the rare occasions where it actually works out in this game. But with that being said, I think I have to go. With that being said, we're going to dive right into the gameplay, and I will explain my thought process and how I approach this game as we are going through. If you did like the last one, or if you're enjoying this so far, and you want more content like this, especially with the new set coming out, set 5, just make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. Definitely subscribe down below, right over here, over there. Yeah, whatever. I'm still trying to figure this out. Anyways, we're loading in. So, why shouldn't you play 6 Fortune? Here is why you shouldn't play 6 Fortune. In order to get the big payouts, right, the big benefits from it, you have to go on a losing streak with the Fortune trait. And doing so causes you to lose at least half your HP depending on when you start loading out, or when you start losing out, right? With that being said, so as you can tell, right, this is me being in Diamond 4. This is mostly a Diamond Elo lobby, right? Diamond 4 Elo lobby. So, I mean, I don't think I had any business running 6 Fortune in such a fashion like I did in this game, but I got away with it. Oh, man. For those of you looking to climb, right, you can definitely use Fortune, 3 or 6 Fortune, your preference anyways. You can definitely abuse it, whether winning or losing, to win in the lower elos. And in Diamond Elo, it's a lot more punishing, for sure, because, you know, everyone in the lobby knows what to do. So I started out with the glove. It's on the carousel. There was only tiers and gloves and 1 rod. Between tier and glove, I always like to start glove. That way I can build into QSS, right? Infinity Edge. I could technically build a Thieves Glove. Thieves Gloves I usually don't jam or put together until much later in the game if I do. And glove also, I think I already said this, gloves also makes us an Infinity Edge, more or less. Generally I take QSS so I can make, or I generally take glove so I can make a Hodge, because Hodge is probably the most flexible item between all the comps that are strong right now. And QSS is generally used in most comps right now. QSS, so in the opening here, instead of getting an item, I got a bunch of money. So I bought the whole wheel up. I chose not to pick up Nasus because it's a chosen Divine, and Divine kind of ate a hard nerf a couple patches ago on 11.3, I think it was. And even then, even if it was chosen Siphoner, I don't like to play the Siphoner comp, because you have to hit 3-star Nasus early, and then you have to make Nasus carry all the way until you can hit level 2 Swain. So, I generally don't like to do it. I also debated about going Duelist this game, but I decided not to, because one guy already slammed a Hodge on Yasuo there, as you saw when I was scouting. So this is why I didn't play Duelist this game either. Also, I had a belt and a glove, which makes a Trap Claw, which is, like, not very good. Like, it's just kind of an item you make after you couldn't make anything else. Yeah, also, I mean, QSS is also better than Hodge. Or, sorry, QSS is better than Trap Claw, I think. So I hit level 2 Kench naturally. I didn't go Elderwood because Elderwood, you either have to play like Elderwood Mages. I think it's the best version right now, where you have to go, I think, Aurelian Soul carry with 6 Elderwoods. Right? So, so this is really, really unusual, having 10 gold at this point in the game, so I can make early econ, like probably the earliest econ of anybody. So this is also really pivotal. If you can make early econ like I just did, especially when just given money and only 2 components to everyone's 3, you go for it. That way you're making more money sooner, faster than most people. Oh, man. Cultists. 9 cultists, man. They're something else, too. I recently, I think I got a second place with cultists. When generally I know with that same comp in most lobbies I could have won. But anyways, we pick up another Kench here. I pick up Kenches because I considered going Brawler, like Shyvana. Brawler carry this game, too. Having a glove and a belt. Because belt I can make into Sunfire for set later. And then the glove was for a Hodge. For making to a Hodge. For Shyvana. Yeah. So as you can tell with this opener, I'm kind of lacking a little bit of damage. Between Trista and Nidalee. Also, I didn't level up to 4. Just to preserve, to make econ. So I kind of expected to go on a losing streak early. And that guy having a Kennen at 2-2 is also really fortunate. And really good at whether he got it from a loot or from, one of the loot orbs or naturally hitting it. So here we got Fortune Kench. And I debated about it for a solid minute. Because I've had past experience for running 3 or 6, man. It's just a big bait every time. But at this point, I decided to go for it because I also had Annie available to purchase. So not only do I have early fortune, I can start actually getting even more benefits from loose streaking now. Right. Because I already lost 2, so like any more losses is going to begin the fortune payout stack up. And, I have all the beef in the world with 2 level 2 Tom Kenches. No Sunfire, no damage. So, I mean, obviously, I'm going to be losing. The key thing is when you plan on going on a lose streak like this too, your goal is to make it where you try to get the best loss possible, right? Like you try to wipe everybody on the board except for like their last unit. That is ideal, right? Or if you're playing against cultists, you kill everybody but Galio. Because Galio himself won't do damage. So somehow, even after losing, I managed to be second pick on the wheel. Why did I pick up a rod? Oh, I picked up a rod because I debated about taking my 3 fortune. And I was going to pivot into playing keepers. So I can, and also keeping the Shyvana carry open because she goes Rageblade. So I can either go Rageblade or I can go QSS. I think at Fortune 2 you can also go QSS with Cat. So as you can tell, I'm 1 Kench away from hitting level 3. I have a rod where I can make into Morellos with the belt for keepers. I can keep the rod to make Rage Blade if I want to pivot to Brawler Blasters. Wow, set 2 throwback or set 3 throwback. Brawler's Shyvana carry, right? Or I can use the rod and make it into a gun belt for a Katarina carry for Fortune. Either way, if I wanted to go keepers, I definitely need 1 GA. At least 1 GA. So I decided to sell off my Nidalees to pick up Akali so I can put in Assassins. Because at this point, I'm just trying to, like, at least win a round so I can get something from not losing hardcore. Alright? I'm just trying to win and get a little bit of a payout so I can hit 50 gold and then just really run off with it. You know, hit the levels, you know, push the pace of the game with the fortune payout. As you're going to see in the next round, I'm going to end up losing. I'm going to sell Darius here, I believe. Yeah, as you can tell, as you can tell, next round I'm going to lose. I'll just, spoilers. But, as you can tell, this guy's running cultists with some assassins. Akali with the Hodge. If you haven't noticed, I think almost half the boards in this game has a Hodge on somebody. So at this point, right, 5-round losing streak, which is pretty ideal. Well, ideal for the purpose of streaking and econing. And then, at this point on Krug's round, it doesn't really matter. Kind of how you position. Well, you want to focus the right one. Because it's going to take a moment for the other two to walk over. So at this point, I think I'm committed to playing Cat Carry with 6 Fortune. Which, spoilers now, that's generally how you play 6 Fortune comps. Is with Katarina Carry. The problem is that, spoilers in this game, that, spoiler alert, I don't go Cat Carry in this game. Which you will see why. I think because there was a guy who went Assassins, and there was another guy who went Warlords in this game, so Katarina was a contested unit. Alright, so I got 5 of my 6 Fortunes right now. And I make my QSS on Cat. And at this point, I decided not to go. Once I got double rods, I was like, alright, we're not going keepers. We're not going to go brawlers either, because I have no bows. So at this point, I felt kind of doomed. Kind of felt like I pigeonholed myself into playing 6 Fortunes, and I'm like, literally just praying for the best. The only reason, I mean, as we continue up this game, the only reason why you don't see 6 Fortune as a strong, like, S tier, A tier, one of the best comps to play right now, because you kind of rely on your Fortune payouts to actually benefit you. But what you get from the payouts is just pure RNG, right? There's no consistency to it. So this is why I don't generally go 6 Fortunes. And I already hit level 3 Kench, so that's really good. I put in Zed here for 3 Slayers. So now we have officially lost 4 rounds in a row with the Fortunes. At this point, I'm just doing anything I can, really, while maintaining my econ, right, to at least get a win. All I need is 1 win, and then I was just going to drop Fortune, but that never happened. As you can tell, my Tom Kench is thicker. He's He is thick, double C thick. But it doesn't matter when all my damage dealers are dead and I don't do any damage with Kench. So as you can tell, I start leveling up because out of just desperation of trying to cut the bleeding of me losing. So I was just trying to level up Cat to level 2 when I did this roll down to 30. And the only reason why you don't drop below 30 because it is, at this point in the game, it is really, really hard regardless what you do to come back from it once you drop below 30. And I already lost half my HP even before the second round carousel, which is like super bad. Like very, very not ideal. This guy already hitting 3-star Diana. Which, by the way, I believe this guy ended up going Assassins and Spirit, which is pretty decent comp to play. Also going Spirit and Marksman, or Sharpshooter, sorry. Going Spirit and Sharpshooters right now is also really, really good. But anyways, we pick up a Sejuani here. Because at this point, I'm going to double down and go with 6 Fortune. Right, I needed Sedge for my 6th Fortune. So I pick her up because of it. I pick up Sedge for the synergy, not because of the item. Which is also not a general thing you shouldn't do. You should always go for item spikes. It's just for me, at this point, I'm just trying to just get up huge at the biggest payout possible, which going 6 Fortune gives you a much, much bigger payout if you ever win at this point. Because, like, look at this. I already got a 6-round loot, 8 total, right? I've also lost 6 in a row with Fortune payout, which is, like, almost the biggest possible you can get, I think. I think 7 is the biggest possible. So I level up, put in Sedge here, put in Annie so I can get 6 Fortune and still keep my Slayers. And at this point in the game, I am level 7 way before anyone else at this point in the game. Because generally, most people won't hit 7 until either at Wolves, if they're win streaking, like the guy in first here, or like just at 4-1 the round after, generally. I only did so because, well, I'm practically almost dead. Like, I'm getting to the danger zone of 30, 40 HP. As a general rule of thumb, when you get down to about 30, 35 HP here, regardless at any point in the game, you should fully commit. You should just spend your money and just hit some synergy. If I'm not mistaken, I sell Zed off here and I pick up Olaf. Oh, nope. So I slammed a Sunfire on Kench in hopes that I can at least do some more damage. And then eventually, later on, I will pick up Olaf. I just didn't pick Olaf here because I was still committed to going Cat carry at this point in the game. Because like I said, generally when you run Fortune, you generally go Katarina carry. Kind of similar to Warlords, like 3 Fortune, 6 Warlords. You want to go Cat carry. Katarina's your main carry. So I just won my round, finally, after like, an 8-round losing streak. And we get our big payout. Look at all these items I just got for free, and money. Also, I'm sorry in advance that my Recon logo is covering up the 5th panel there. I didn't realize this when I was streaming earlier today, that it was covering up my 5th unit. I didn't have anybody watching, so sorry about that. So at this point, I have so many items, I don't know what to do. We got our second Nico's help, which is really, really good right now. So if I'm not mistaken, I will put Olaf here instead of Zed. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna double Hodge him. Because at this point, I'm just like, to maintain my Slayers. Also, Olaf is a pretty strong unit right now. So. At this point, we're just gonna try to preserve our win streak with 6 fortune. So we can catch up to everybody else, right? I mean, I'm in last place. That guy just lost. Down by 8 HP. Even after this win, I am still down quite a considerable amount of HP in comparison to everybody else. There is a 65 HP gap between me and the guy in first at this point in the game. I mean, the guy in second, he has double my HP. So, at this point, any 2-starring our units is really good. I get another cloak here from winning with 6 fortune. Generally with 6 fortune, like when you're win streaking like this, I believe you're going to get at least an item component every time. I could be mistaken. I don't quite understand the 6 fortune payouts. Like I said, I believe it's like true RNG, and there's no way to manipulate it. So I double Hodge Olaf. Oh, I picked up another tier. So I double Hodge him, right? Because at this point, I'm like, I can still pivot out of 6 fortune to 3 fortunes and keepers. Or at least some form of keepers. But look at that nasty healing with Slayers and double Hodge going. Unfortunately, I lost because of mages. And that guy has a set. Excuse me, that guy has a set. I just realized I never sold my set off. Wow. Well, at this point, I decide that I'm going to pivot into 6 Slayers and 3 fortune. So I pick up Cho'Gath here so I can just have Brawler synergy going. I used the Nico so I can hit level 2 Olaf, because level 1 to 2 Olaf is a huge spike. So here's the guy again that beat me earlier, going Spirit Assassins, as you can tell. That guy's a colleague. Got stuck autoing my Kench, so that was kind of unlucky for him. If you haven't watched the last video either, going some form of Slayers comp, whether you go Samir or Olaf carry, or Tryndamere carry. Technically, you can go Tryndamere carry too, with 3 Warlords, is really good right now. If you're looking to gain some LP, or some ELO, from the lower ranks. But as you can tell also, I hit level 8 before anyone else in this lobby too, because of the way I'm playing this Fortune comp out. And the reason I went in a couple rounds ago, because I wanted to hit power spikes before everyone else, because at this point, if I go on another lose streak, I'm out. As you can tell, at 22 HP. I am out at 22. So I got another tier, and I got a BF sword. So BF sword and chain vest, I make a GA here. And I believe, yeah, I put on Olaf. Because at this point, Olaf is gonna, after a double Hodge, and I got him to level 2, and me committing to 6 Slayers with Fortune, Olaf's going to be my main carry in this comp. Which, by the way, if you do run Fortune, you can pivot into almost anything you want to. I just chose Olaf because I was hitting him, and I didn't know what else to do with my items. As you can tell, I was given, like, 99 items, and I did, like, majority of it tank items. Heck, my Tom Kench is thicker than bowl of oatmeal, and he does damage because of the items he has. Which, by the way, in any tank, those items I have on Kench is like the ideal tank items on set, or even like on any, except for Nunu. Nunu, you generally want to, like, if you're going, like, Elderwood Brawlers, or just Elderwood, like, you want a Gunblade on Nunu, ideally. So I rolled down again because, I mean, I'm already level 8, and why even hold on to my, gold? Because I think I committed to not hitting 9, because I don't get any benefit. So I just found my 3rd cat, and I don't want a level 2er on the bench. I also just leveled, next round I'll have level 2 Sedge. I also put an Ornn here because Ornn item, even though I'm given so many items, Ornn items are also really, really good right now if you can get to them. Like, the earlier you hit the Ornn, the better it is for you later. Alright. So we made it to 4-7, right? Now, and I'm closing the gap between me and everybody else. Like, right now, like, what? There is 5 of us. 6 of us. Actually, 5 of us are 30 or below, pretty much. 31 and below. So with Olaf being my main carry, right? I did no scouting or pivoting. I didn't come to realize someone else was running a some form of Slayer comp. That 3-starring Olaf would be really good. Ideally, oh yeah. So you're gonna see, I just need 1 Olaf. I even lock the wheel, right? With 2 Nico's help, I double Nico my Olaf here. I gunbladed my Katarina, because level 2 cat, you know, gotta have it. And I do this because I end up, yep, Rudence is a really good item on Olaf too, by the way. Generally, instead of a Hodge on Olaf, I think you want to go Deathblade. I'm trying to remember. I think it's Deathblade. Yeah, I remember. It's GA, Deathblade, Rudence. It's the best items, like the ideal items you want on Olaf. But, you know, because that was my last round, I don't expect any more items to come in, you know, naturally, outside of whatever Fortune gives me at this point. But having level 3 Olaf at this point, it's like, what do you do, man? And pretty much, it's just easy game. Like, how do you, like level 3 Olaf at 5-2, running 3 Slayers? Like, it's just, this would get you top, hitting level 3 Olaf alone with what I have, right? Should get you top 4 every single time. At least top 4. Now, probably in playing in Bronze or Silver Elo, you can probably win the game hitting level 3 Olaf and nothing else. I would even willing to bet that itemless level 3 Olaf would probably win you the game in Silver. It's been a while since I played in Silver. It's also very, very rare to even see a level 3 Olaf or a level 3 of the 4-cost units. Which, spoilers alert, I hit another 3-cost. I hit another 3-star 4-cost unit later. Sorry. So as you saw, I'm on a 5-round winning streak now. Still benefiting from my 6 fortune because at this point I'm just trying to find Samara so I can just pivot into 6 Slayers. Because generally I don't need fortune anymore because I had 3-star Olaf and I'm super strong. But since I can't go 6 Slayers, well, I mean, what else can I do from this position? I don't know if it was just bad RNG or however this happened, but it took me a long time to find Samara in this game. But look at this. I'm playing against a Keeper's comp, and they can't even, like, do anything to Olaf. Like, that guy's playing, like, one of the best comps right now, and he just ate an 8th place. Which, by the way, people lasting until this point in the game, 7 of us, is pretty unreal. Like, this is kind of unusual that there's still 7 of us alive at 5-4 at this carousel run. You can even say that, like, you can say the same thing in any elo. Like, any elo, this is very, very unusual. So that was me looking at other boards. I didn't know what else to pick up here, so I picked up Trap Claw, because I didn't care what item I got, really. So at this point, my plan was to start econing. And I get another Nico's help out of pure luck. So that's like, what, my 4th Nico help? My 3rd or 4th Nico help I got this game? From Fortune. And I just pick up Trap Claw because I didn't know what else to do. At this point in the game, my plan was to hit 50 gold again. And then just, like, slow level till I can get to level 9. Because having level 3 Olaf, I was pretty confident this was not losable at this point. Or I was untouchable. Unfortunately, I think this duelist guy shows me up and beats me here. Yeah, with his level 3 jacks. Yeah, so this duelist guy put me in my place. So at 9 HP, I am literally 1 loss away from losing at this stage in the game. So at this point, I decided I'm going to roll it down. You know, just hit everything related to 6 Slayers. And look for Samira. Samira is the big one I'm looking for. So I can hit that synergy. So as I'm rolling down, I'm not seeing anything I want. Generally, when you're rolling down, you want to buy other... Like, if you're looking for... Like, you see me buy set here. You want to buy the other 4 and 5 cost units that you aren't looking for, so it takes them out of the pool. And it gives you a better chance of hitting it. For those of you that don't know. Because everything is in a shared pool. Fortunately for me, that I played against somebody who's a lot weaker than me. And weaker than that duelist guy, so... So we end up killing that guy. I think this guy ends up dying. No, he ends up winning. So even at this point in the game, that's 6 of us even alive at this they call it the Nexus minion. It's just blue buff, I think. Yeah. This is pretty unusual. So I just slam my items again. And at this point in the game, I thought I would have found Samira for sure. And nobody's even playing her, I believe. I think one guy was, but that was it. Also, if you haven't noticed on my roll downs, I barely hit any 5 cost units. So we got ourselves a more of those here. Which I end up putting on Pike because out of all these units I have, either... Ideally, Sedge would have been good too, but my Sedge was already full of items. So I put it on Pike. Zonios is kind of... I don't know who's the best user of it. But I put it on Darius because all my carries are full of items. Oh, so I finally hit Samir. So here we go. And I keep rolling to see if I can find more Tryndamirs and Samir. So... Since I found Samir and it was like right when the round was starting. Oh, here's the other guy I was talking about. Yeah, so here's the other Slayer player that I didn't even scout or pivot. Or, you know, scout and see. He already has 3 Samiras, so that's why it took me a while to find one. Unfortunately for him, I have a 3-star Olaf. So he's, like, just out of luck. So at this point, we're top 4 at 6-2. This is going to be our last 6 fortune payout. So I'm going to be dropping fortunes here. After I do my roll. I think I'm debating about it. But I end up doing it anyways. That's why it takes me a moment. Come on. Jesus. So now we got 6 Slayers. Actually, I trolled. I forgot. At this point, I thought I hit 6 Slayers, but I was missing one. I forgot which one I was missing. But like I said, it doesn't even matter when I have a 3-star Olaf. Oh yeah, I sold Darius off by accident. I sold Darius off as my 6 fortune, so I kind of had a big oopsie, as you could tell, because I wanted my items on Samira instead. And I think it just hit me that I actually, at one point or another, I find out that I'm missing Darius, and I feel incredibly dumb about it. And now I hit 3-star Tryndamere. Oh, I remember. At this point, I realized that I don't have my 6 fortune. Because I sold my Darius off, and I felt like a moron. But, well, because I hit 3-star Olaf and 3-star Tryndamere, as you can tell, this, like, nobody can beat me. Like, I'm sorry. And I end up winning the game because the other guy loses my ghost. But, other than that, you can hear my reaction here live. Wow! I can't believe I won. As you can tell, I was still dumbfounded. I am still dumbfounded to this moment that I even won that game. I am still dumbfounded. Still dumbfounded that I even won this game. Unfortunately, that right after this game, I eat in 8th place. So all that LP I just gained was for nothing. But other than that, that is general. So if you learn anything from this video, is that whether you run 3 or 6 fortune, right? You kind of want to hit it early so you don't lose a whole lot of HP. That, and when you're running fortune, you kind of have to play ahead of the usual game pace or the lobby's pace, right? Every lobby's different. There's some lobbies where you have a lot of high rollers. Some you have like where everybody's looking to keep scaling and spiking, right? So you just want to play ahead of the curve, because obviously, like, and me not being able to hit 3-star cat also feels bad while playing 6 fortune, because you kind of still want to. That's ideal. Unfortunately, it's just like I just stumbled upon a bunch of Olafs and just went with it. So like I said, it was a very, very different adaptation, you can say, of playing fortune, let alone Slayer with Slayers on top of this, and Slayers are also really strong right now. So with that being said, if you did enjoy this video, if you did like it, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, right? And if you want more of this, especially for the new set coming out, just let me know down below. And I will see you guys, I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.